Well, this is day 3 on Yap, and I haven't done one video journal yet, so I guess I'll start here. A week ago, or maybe a little over 2 weeks ago, I found out I was going to be moving. I was going to be traveling to another island to teach. I agreed. I agreed to do it. I was very excited about going to another island. I found out later that I was going to be the only teacher going, and that I was going to be teaching 3 classes, and I had not taught a single class before. Okay, so that was somewhat shocking. After taking about a week to get over the initial shock, I ended up, preparing for classes, and I boarded the plane this last Tuesday night at 11:59 p.m. and arrived on the island of Yap at 1:45 a.m. and was picked up by the airport by Charity, who is the Pacific Islands University contact out on the island of Yap. She runs the teaching facility, and she picked me up and brought me back to the apartment, which is where I am right now. And I tried as quickly as possible to go to bed because I woke up next morning at 7:30 to teach, and I had to teach at 9. So I woke up trying to get my surroundings, and went right over and started teaching English 91. We talked a lot about wonder, and asking questions, because asking questions is how you find the answers. And in order to get questions, so many bugs. In order to get questions, we need to wonder about things. So I took my time and discussed the idea of wonder. And that night, I basically was zoned out. I came back and worked on lesson plans for the next day. And after giving the TOEFL exam to one of my students, throughout the whole day, it was just, it was a nightmare. I was so tired the whole time. But I got back and went to bed early because I was tired. And so the next day, woke up and taught another English class where we talked about what questions are you going to ask to get the answers that you really want to know. Then that night, basically went back to my apartment and jammed a little bit with one of the students, Philip. He brought his guitar, and we were playing and learning some. I was teaching him some worship songs and helping him with his guitar while playing. He's just starting to learn, so I'm trying to help him, but I don't know the rules, and I'm just taught myself, so I'm basically just giving him any insight that I've learned, which isn't a lot, but had a good time doing that. We just played right out front, and yeah, that was awesome. And then I took a nap because I was still tired, and took a nap and had dinner with all of the board members from the Yap Evangelical Church, or some of the board members. It was fantastic. We had such a good time, and I was really able to see their heart for their community, and that was amazing. And yeah, I was just so blessed last night. They brought me a amazing hat, lei, that I put around my head. Hold on, I'll bring it because it's really cool. picture this with like smelling amazing, and you can see the inside. It's absolutely beautiful. And I wore it all night long because I loved it. I tried to eat it. I tried to do it while I was drinking, but when you're drinking, you have to tilt your head back, and sometimes it just fell right off, and I was like, "That's no good. That's just no good." So hopefully I'll be able to figure stuff out. And right now, it's just filling my room with beautiful smells. Pretty much, that's what it's doing. It's amazing. I am loving every bit of it, and it smells so good. I wish I could have like a smell sensor that I could just put this right up there. Those are all flowers, all of them, all the way around. Every single flower is different, and then there's that part, and I like to hang it from right here. It's just, I wish you could smell it. Anyways, I'll wear this for the rest of it. Had a wonderful meeting with them last night, and then came back in, listened to some music, and finished up some lesson plans for the next day. And bam, here we are today. Today was crazy. Woke up this morning. Still haven't been able to eat lunch one day that I've been here, because time has been just too fast. I go from one class and I'm either grading or doing something school related, preparing for the next class, and then bam, the next class is there, and then the next day I'm like, or the next class, I might have like 5 or 10 minutes to get down there because of grading stuff and whatnot. It's kind of intense. But it's a lot of fun. I'm having a great time. It was crazy. I am becoming quite the artist. It's very intense because me and my special whiteboard markers are becoming quite the team. Okay, you know what I'm saying? Quite the team. And I'm just having a blast with it. I even drew an elaborate picture of a castle, like the American Dream, today in study skills. We talked about the American dream and what's God's dream. Should we follow after the American dream? Should we go to college to follow after the American dream? Or should we go, maybe God is leading us that direction? And then He's the one who shapes our dreams. And so what I did today was talk about the American dream and what that means, and that it's more of an individualistic thing and individual thing. And it was more of being kind of like selfish. And I played the song American Dream by Casting Crowns, and kind of their take on what the American dream was, and how it was a father basically running away from his family without even wanting to. He was so focused on work and so focused on success that he forgot about his family. And he thought he was doing it for them, but they just wanted him home. They just wanted to spend time with him. And so I was able to share that it's really not about the money, it's not about the success, it's not about the fame, but following after Christ's example of loving in community. And it's not about being an individual, but it's more like working in a community, being with people that really fulfills us and sets us apart. And that has to be a Christ-centered community for that to truly fulfill. So we talked about that in class. But yeah, so that was study skills. I skipped over the English class. And like I said, this is just the third day. God has done so much. Oh, I forgot to tell you, the first night I was here, I walked around the lagoon, or maybe it was the second night, but I got attacked by a crab. It was intense. I was walking around, and I walked into a store, and then it started to rain really bad, and it was dark, so I really couldn't see, but I was just like, I'll just follow the road. Basically what it is the lagoon is like a big circle, and so you have a path all the way around the lagoon, a road that goes all the way around. And so I walked all the way around the lagoon, and it rained, so it was wet and slippery and muddy, and I got everything covered in mud and blah blah blah, messy. And as I was walking by, I literally almost tripped over a crab. He was right there, and I didn't see him because it was dark. And I was like, doo-doo-doo-doo-doo, crab, ah. That's what he was doing. He was like, ah. So he came at me and was like, ah, and I was like, ah, don't you dare do that. You know, we got into a little bit of a fight, but it's okay. I think we recovered nicely. I think he still has some problems with me, but I'm totally cool with him. You know, I forgave him. I forgave him for scaring me, and I took his picture. I don't know if he liked that, but yeah. I hope he's okay and he doesn't attack me later, because that would just stink. But just wanted to give you guys an update on what's going on in, yeah. So enjoy.